Hello, you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Brittany coming at you fast with another beast build video. And today we are going to be looking at Kallari, the assassin, the super sexy assassin with an ability power of 10, difficulty of 9, mobility of 8, and durability of 1. And also basic attack of 5, but we're going to focus on the fact that her ability power is fucking 10 and her mobility is 8. And that is how we are going to build this deck for this biatch. So we're going to go over here into the Kallari deck that I built and check this out. Okay, the most important thing about this deck is this card right here, the Elder Mage Amulet. You need that energy damage on her because she does so much damage. And I'm just kidding, guys. April Fools. Kallari doesn't do energy damage, so we can just remove that. She does physical damage, so make sure when you're picking cards for her, you pick the physical damage. Alright, so let's go over the cards, what order to pick them, and all that kind of stuff. So, like I mentioned in my in-depth hero guide on Kallari, you want a builder with 100% damage, plus a little bit of bonus added stuff on the side, like attack speed and physical pen, but all your upgrades are, for the most part, going to be damage while you have it available to you, while you have not run out of cards. So that's why we're going to have a lot of major strikes. We're going to have 8 major strikes, 5 regular strikes, and that's about it. I don't have more than that. I don't have more strikes than those, although I would put them in if I did. As you see, I have 38 out of 40 cards. I could put more in. I'm looking through right now. There's no such thing as a minor strike card, so you can only put in strike and major strike. They don't have a minor strike card like a minor cast, I don't believe. If they do, let me know. That'd be cool, but let's get into the actual cards. So obviously for your prime card, you want the Warlord because it gives you physical damage and a damage bonus. Of course, that's fucking awesome. It's absolutely amazing. Doubles your damage. And let's go over the cards now. So you want to start off with the Adamant Edge, as you guys will see in my hero guide. If you go check that out, it's already out. The Adamant Edge gives you physical damage and max health. That little bit of max health is helpful because Kallari is super squishy, and giving her a little bit of health can help her get away. You know, give her an extra second to go invisible and flip out of situations, tank like a couple extra hits, so that's pretty nice. And the fully upgraded bonus is 15.2 physical damage. Now, you guys don't need to use these exact same cards. I've gotten questions in the past where, oh, do I need these exact same cards? Because not everybody gets the same cards from the card packs, and I understand that. You want to look for cards that give you as much physical damage as possible, and with a couple of side effects that are beneficial. And you want to look for the ones that give you 15.2 physical damage, whether it's in the fully upgrade bonus or whether it's in the card itself. Those are the best ones. It doesn't matter what kind of cards you use specifically, as long as they give you these effects. And usually when I try to build these decks, I try to use cards that are pretty common, such as the Adamant Edge, which is a starting card. Now you want to have 2 of these in your deck because you're going to put 2 back to back. You're going to slot 1 Adamant Edge and you're going to slot it with 3 major strikes. 100% major strikes. Just 3 major strikes, so that's going to be a total of 9 card points. Then you're going to go into another Adamant Edge, but this time you're going to slot it with 3 regular strikes. And that's going to be a total of 6 card points when it comes to the upgrades. If you count the equipment card itself, it's going to be 9, but you guys can understand that part. So let me repeat that. First Adamant Edge, 3 major strikes, 100% damage, okay? Second Adamant Edge, 2 regular, or not 2, my bad, 3 regular strikes, which cost 2 points each. The reason you want to do that is because when you upgrade all the way, you get that 15.2 physical damage, and that bonus applied early game as your second equipment item will help you in early game ganking as Kallari and help you get more kills as Kallari right off the bat. So it's super duper important. Super duper important. Another strategy that I've seen people get into using, and it's slowly been progressing as a meta, is actually building multiple items at once and then upgrading. So for example, you know, building something like the Executioner Key where it doesn't have an upgrade bonus to the extreme, so you build that first, and then you build an Adamant Edge and you upgrade the Adamant Edge. Whatever. But I've had the most success with this kind of build that I'm telling you guys right now. So 2 Adamant Edges in a row. First one is with 3 major strikes. Second one is with 3 regular strikes that cost 2 points each. After that, you want to go into Void Steel Dagger. Now this might be a more uncommon card. It is a common card, as you guys can see right there above the corruption, and it's specifically for Kallari and anybody else who has the affinity of corruption, and it gives you, again, 7.6 physical damage, it gives you 15.2 physical damage on the full upgrade bonus, and it also dashes a little bit of salt into the mix and throws in some physical penetration, which is going to be great when dealing damage to tanks and other people who stack physical armor. It's going to make them a bit squishier, and it's going to help you out. And again, you're going to stack this with 100% Major Strike. So from this point on, you're always going to try and focus on Major Strike as much as you can. And right now in this deck, I have 8. So that means if I already used 3 in my first Adamant Edge, and I use 3 here, I'm left with 2. And I already used 3 regular strikes, so I'm left with 2 of those as well. So after you complete this Void Steel Dagger, you should be in a pretty solid position. And after that, you want to go for the Fountain Spike is my personal favorite because, again, the 15.2 physical damage bonus, this thing is awesome. It is awesome. So go for the Fountain Spike, slot this with the remaining 2 of your major strikes and 1 more regular strike for good measure. So now I ran out of all my strike cards, I ran out of all my damage cards, and I can go into Windcarver Blade. Now with Windcarver Blade, I get bonus attack speed and physical damage when this gets slot out. And attack speed is nice, okay? Attack speed is definitely really nice, but it's not the main focus of your build. That's why you don't slot it first. But later on in the endgame, when you need more damage with your regular basic attacks, need to deal out more damage per second, you go with that attack speed. And my apologies if you guys hear that in the background. My cat is chewing on some plastic fucking obnoxiously. And he's interrupting the video, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. So once you're done with all your strikes, now how the hell are you going to slot the Windcarver Blade? Well, that's why you have a major kinetic. As many major kinetics as possible is good. I only have 1, unfortunately, and then have 2 regular kinetics. As long as in the end you use up all 60 of your CXP correctly and fully, you've built a good deck. So any variation of 3 major kinetics, or maybe a 1 major kinetic, 2 regular kinetics, anything like that will work. And then finally, if you're finally super duper duper late game, go with the Executioner's Key because it does give you a crit chance, and just stack that crit chance with major wounds and regular wounds. But this is absolutely late game. This is like 55 minutes into the game, 50 minutes into the game, an hour, depending on how quickly you build up that CXP and how much you're farming and how much you're killing. And usually you won't even get to this, but again, it gives you 7.6 physical, 4% crit chance. So go ahead and stack that up with crit chance if you'd like. It's also only cost 2. If you don't want to do that, if you have enough CXP, the reason I picked this one as 2 because it's cheap, and near the end game you're running out of CXP. If you want something a bit more expensive that does pretty much the same exact thing, then you can go ahead and get Spear of the Rift Hunter. As you can see right here, I'm going to put that in, Spear of the Rift Hunter, which does pretty much the same thing, except it actually has a fully upgraded bonus at the end. So if you do have the CXP, go with Spear of the Rift Hunter instead. So that's the full build, but I actually did not mention how you start off with Kallari, and this is the most important part in my opinion. You start off with a mana potion, a health potion, and a harvester key in the very beginning like typical, but when you have enough points, after you have selected your harvesters, placed the harvesters that you need, the 2 harvesters that you need in the jungle, and preferably the harvester by Orb Prime, because those are the 3 main harvesters that you need to place as a jungler, then you can trade in this harvester key for another health potion. You guys see I have health potion times 3. I have 3 health potions because I do have enough of those. And you want to trade in so that when you're running around, not only do you have your adamant edges on you, but you also have 1 mana potion and 2 health potions on you for most of the game. This is because Kallari is squishy. She does take a lot of damage in the jungle, and to help her stay in the jungle for longer periods of time, you carry around 6 health potions, so she doesn't have to recall as much and doesn't have to waste as much time, the time that she could use instead to farm XP from the jungle minions. The reason you don't need it in the very beginning when you're pulling red buff and stuff like that is because usually you should have a leash that helps mitigate the damage from red buff by sharing it with you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is a very important part of it. You guys will understand truly how awesome having 2 health potions at once is, especially with Kallari. I usually don't do it with any other character as of right now, but with Kallari it's super crazy, it's super helpful, it helps you stay in the jungle longer, it helps you push lanes longer, and just stay in fights longer, and just everything. Helps you get more XP, because the thing with Kallari, like I said in my in-depth hero guide, is that you always want to be at least 1 level higher than your opposition as Kallari to make sure you deal as much damage as possible to him. So this video is a bit longer than my other ones, but I just wanted to make sure that it is in-depth as possible for you guys, because I fucking love you guys, and I want to give you guys the best guide on YouTube. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment Kallari the Killer Queen if you did get to this point in the video, and as always, make sure you guys have a wonderful April Fool's Day.